Alright. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. Hello, Pi. Thank you for wishing me good luck with the stream. Not much is gonna happen, honestly. I'm taking this time to relax. And probably study for a bit, honestly. But aside from that, I don't think much of anything's gonna be happening. Maybe. No guarantees. Right. It's more like I want to stream after not streaming for the whole weekend, right? So let's hope that plan pans out. Well. Ooh. Don't want to mess with my mic too much. Right, so anyways, got a hello Samuel. So it looks like to me my bitrate is dropping pretty heavily. So hopefully the stream stays live. That's kind of the hope here, but we'll see, right? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. I guess we can start with the first topic would be what I did on the weekend. A lot of not sleeping. It was a lot of hangout with friends, and then I went ahead and played some Mahjong in the Mahjong tournament. I did post the results in the Discord, but as we can guess, I suppose. I made it to the finals, but got fourth. A pretty big fourth place, I must say. A little unfortunate, but I did my best. No regrets, no regrets. None at all. Ultimately had a wonderful time playing, so I greatly enjoyed it. Hey, K-Cabs! Yeah, thanks! It was an interesting experience. I met up with a lot of great players. Let's see. Yeah. So, it's a lot of fun. I want to stream more Mahjong Soul. Last time I streamed it, we got on a losing streak and then maintenance happened. So that was just a little bit unfortunate. Just a little bit. So, are you applying for the Reaching? Yeah, oh yeah, I should be doing that now actually, so that I don't forget. I say that, but really what I should be doing is studying for my exam I'm having later today. But, Mahjong comes first, I guess. This one should be fun, right? March 13, 14, Saturday, Sunday, sign up here. So join the Discord, yeah. I'll do that after. Name, Yamaneko. Tsubasa. Discord handle, copy, paste. I actually didn't do it the other day because I don't know my friend code in Mahjong Soul, so I just didn't do it. Oh, I think that audio went through. Okay, it's fine. And you head to my friends lists. There's my ID. City or Tori, I believe, is the one I'm with. Toronto Ricci Club. I want to play in the tournament. Submit. Sign up complete. Join the Discord. Alright. Yeah, so that should be fun. I'm hoping to get decently far. It's okay. So for some reason, my OBS is telling me one thing, which is my bitrate has died. But on the other hand, my streaming platform is telling me I'm currently fine. I have no idea what's true and what's false, but yeah, that is fine. Oh, Thursday's the admin for this one. Huh. Whoa. Okay. Notification settings, only at messages. Yeah. And we'll stick this with the other Mahjong Discords. Alright. Okay, hopefully my bitrate or my stream bitrate isn't the worst. That would be terrible. I do believe my internet is currently acting up, so I do believe it's more of a my side thing, unfortunately, than any other side thing at the moment. But yeah, alright, cool. So we've done that now, and now I should be working on my work. You know, actually getting myself a little more prepared for my exam coming up soon. But who has the time for that, am I right? Anyways. Alright. Back to... Well, I've just been double checking my streams thus far. Just checking to make sure the bitrate's fancy. Mahjong over school. Exactly. Just having to like triple double check and all that good stuff to make sure that well, everything's working, and now I can focus more on my notes here and stuff like that. I say that as I'm actually doing stuff on my phone, but no one needs to care about that part, right? Also drinking a lot of coffee. Coffee's great. So the thing I'm studying for right now is actually color theory. I don't know how interesting color theory as a topic is for people, but I like just the introduction to the course kind of goes over stuff like how we're able to properly perceive color and such, and I thought that was actually a pretty interesting topic. So I finally learned what subtractive mixing and additive mixing actually is with colors. To basically, hey Incam, welcome to the stream. Hello. So a basic understanding of what I'm talking about is, by the way, additive mixing is when you have the lights or the wavelength of the color is wavelength, right? I hope people understand that. Basically, light gets sent to your eyes receive it, the signal gets sent to your brain, and all that processing gives you what's known as color. Additive is when you have the basic wavelength of just the basic colors. Usually when you look at a monitor, right? Your monitor actually only, for example, LEDs, monitor screens will send out signals of varying strengths of 3, usually, if I'm not mistaken, colors. And then those wavelengths get sent to your eyes. In your eyes and brain, the wavelength gets mixed together to create different colors. But if you go small enough, get to the individual pixels, the light, not even pixels, the light in the monitor, it's actually, specifically in LEDs, I believe, but essentially you'll find that it's just a repeating grid of the same 3 colors or so, which I personally find very fascinating. So that's additive mixing. Then there's subtractive mixing, and that might sound really weird to some people. Like, what do you mean subtractive mixing, right? And subtractive mixing is essentially what you find in the world, like mixing paint, right? I don't know if people did this when they were kids in school or anything, but subtractive mixing is essentially mixing paint. The wavelengths that gets it's the object outside of your eyes. The essentially what's happening is, because we perceive color from objects to be essentially the property that they're reflecting off of themselves. Apples are red because it absorbs all the other colors in the spectrum aside from red, and the red gets reflected back at us, and we see that. So when that changes color, it's because of what's known as subtractive mixing. Very noticeable in paint, for example. And there are a multitude of different colors that falls into these categories and such. I think one of the most fascinating things I've learned that is from a source on YouTube, actually, it's posted there, is known as memory color. I don't know if anyone has ever heard of that, but essentially, the brain does a lot of weird things, but memory color is kind of what allows us to preserve color despite the lighting, despite how something might be shown underneath any sort of light source. By having memory color, if you put an object of some sort, let's say a banana, in a room, you'd think it's yellow, because for almost all people, they've only ever known bananas to be the color yellow. But when you take it outside, under different lighting, you would still perceive it as yellow. You wouldn't think of it as any other color. Now, this goes into a tricky territory where people have done tests. And in the video, the test they had was basically they had fake fruits, and one of the fake fruit was a bleached banana. I say bleached because it was white in color. But under a monolight, so they used a monochromatic red light, which basically means it only shone light in the red frequency, so the entire room was just lit up red. In cases where the brain is receiving less information than it would like, or reduced information, it takes memory and applies logic through there, and will display color through that. So even though everyone sees the banana in the red light, memory color will tell them, oh, it's yellow, right? It's shaped as a banana, and I see it as yellow. And in comparison, they actually had a spread of several pieces of colored construction paper, also in the red in the room, of different colors. And one of the construction pieces of paper was white in color. They said, oh, that's a white piece of construction paper, and then the other colors as well. So they can, again, it's to say that through their color memory, they're able to deduce that, oh, I believe this piece of paper is white in color. And then when they look at the banana, which is also white under white light, like proper lighting, so you have all the color of the spectrum, and under the monochromatic color, people perceive as yellow. And that's completely due to memory color. And that's kind of where color illusions come from, by the way. If you have the same color, but under different context, and by context I mean take a painting, for example, and this was also in the video, and you have two gray tiles. One's shown in the painting to be underneath a table with shading, and then the same color gray is shown to be tile is shown to be underneath a light source of some sort in the painting. They would look like two different colors, and that's because the brain processes it as different contexts and therefore applies certain effects to it. And that's why color is a perception created from signals from your eyes to your brain, and it's ultimately something your brain constructs for you. I hope I didn't get too technical, but that is the course I'm studying, and it's super interesting to me. And it kind of goes into like, oh, these are like, it can help create these fun little party tricks, right? Especially with the color illusions. They're great. They're absolutely wonderful. Uh-oh. You know, I'm paying very close attention to my stream right now, and OBS is just, my internet's just not cooperating. It's not even OBS. I can't blame OBS for this. I really can't. My internet is just not, it's just not cooperating. and it's driving me nuts because I'm like every other second I might just be my stream might just go offline, right? I hope I'm not lagging too much for people too, by the way, with such terrible or such a large amount of drop frames. I've dropped half my frames already, so I actually have had half my frames drop for majority of the stream. It's a pretty consistent 50% drop, which I'm not a big fan of. So I seriously hope that's okay. Right, well, I kind of strayed off the initial topic now that I think about it, which was about the weekend. So, yeah, I participated in the Mahjong tournament, and that was a lot of fun. I don't think I can stress how much fun I had playing the Mahjong tournament. It was so good. Very good, very good. From beginning to end, it was a wild journey. So I started off I started off the tournament really well in my first game, with a very, very strong first place. I got plus 60 points, and it was a pretty commanding first place. I wasn't the only one though. There were several people commanding first place. And then, of course, my second game, I dropped the ball and get destroyed. And hey Dark, I guess now that I guess that's something I can talk about and probably show on stream, right? Even though I should be focusing on something else at the moment, I think it's fine. Mahjong question? Go right ahead. Although I am lagging quite a bit. Not lagging per se, but more like my stream is kind of not faring too hot. But yeah, I'll do my best. Let me just shrink chat a little bit here. And let me just grab... Okay. Yeah, it's huge, but... There we go. I'll shrink myself, I think. Ooh. Yeah, how we have, we can see this better. Add some, a little bit more filters to this. Yeah. Maybe this screen isn't exactly the best to talk about it. Alright, yeah. Let's switch out here. Let's go to this screen. There we go. This overlay is much better. Let's shrink myself. Alright, cool. Let's see. Yeah, so my tournament match started with this game here. We don't need that at the moment. Yeah, so my tournament game started with this tournament match here. I got commanding lead at 81,000, so I got plus 60. Plus 61.1. Which was pretty good, pretty nice. And then these two games happened. So let's have a quick look on what happened here. Alright, yeah. So I was up against Kiran, who actually made it really far in the tournament, as well as Zuse. Churin, I think also made. I can't remember if I saw Churin in the top 16. That I can't remember. So, alright, this game started pretty standard. I drew 5 bamboo. So I started with discarding the red dragon. And then I discarded the green dragon. And then so the white dragon gets called here. Because Keelan drew it and threw it out. So I throw out the white dragon. And then I throw out north. So it's like, you might be wondering, why north instead of south in this case? And it's because I'm southwind. So I always do the thing where it's like, throw out the dragon first, and then throw out the wind that's you're not gonna use. I generally have, it's generally less about that personally, and more of the idea of keep the wind that benefits me the most, which is normally my seat wind. I know round wind also benefits me, but seat wind benefits only me, so I like to keep that. Had no idea. Actually, no, I think I had a bit of an idea, but yeah. 1P? Probably. I did switch up my my playstyle, K-Cabs. Like I have a very conscious playstyle going into each of my games, and I generally play towards that specific playstyle. It's for this one in particular, this was a no honors playstyle. Unless of course I draw the Yakuhai. So there's a very conscious idea when I go into these type of games, and it's not like I can flex the different styles, absolutely, but I have going each hand. I have a very specific way of playing playing out the hand. In the sequence 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, does the 4 complement both sequences, or do you need another 4? You need another 4. Yeah, because it can technically work with either or. It cannot work with both. Yes, the sequence is good to have. You can have 1, 4, 7. That is exactly what KCAP says in this. So what happens is you actually have 2 Ryanmen possibilities. And I say possibilities is because you can shift the tiles whichever direction you want. And why 1, 4, 7 appears is because the 4 appears in both Ryanmen possibilities, therefore reducing 4 different tiles to 3 different tiles. So you could have 2, 3, 4, which leaves out your 5, 6, which means you're waiting for 4, 7, or you can have 4, 5, 6, leaving your 2, 3, waiting for 1, 4. You can see 4 appears in both situations. But yeah, that's how you look at it. But that's why you can flex it to have 3-sided weight that way, 1, 4, 7, versus 1, 4 or 4, 7. Yeah, so I'm just gonna speed up this a little bit. Who wants this? Oh, Churin. What did Churin do then? Oh, what? I see. They got scared by the Ricci call here. That's why they bailed out. Like immediately. Jeez. I think I was pushing this hand. Or was I not? I'm guessing I bailed then? If these are my discards, it looks like I bailed. Yeah, I bailed. Okay. Dark. It's red as 2, 3, 4 or 4, 5, 6. Either or. Why the 3M? This one? Because Toyman threw out 3M. At this point, I think I just bailed and decided to just throw out. Yeah. Okay. We're on the same page then. No worries, no worries. Was it my dealer that I just kind of fed? I think it was my dealer. Well, that's an okay. That is a really early Ricci. Jeez. Okay, and Toyman feeds again to a Ricci Nomi. So I just kind of lose my dealership here. 6-9. Okay. Right. It wasn't until South, I think, or was it East 4 where I started dealing in. Like, we had very fast games. You can see, like, the dealership's already at East 4 in 4 hands. East 1, 2, 3, like, in 4 hands. I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of my discards here. I don't really know what to do. I was thinking of keeping this hand shape here, which is why you see like originally I discarded the 8 so I could keep this side, and among other things. But I drew another 8, and then I drew another 1 after discarding the 1, and now I draw another 6. After I drew another 4, so I threw out the 4. I didn't want the pair, but then the 6 comes back, and it's just like, okay. So I throw that out, and then the 9 comes. I'm just like, I don't know what these draws are. Because what I have here, right? 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9. Is that my pair? Like, if I happenstance to a 3 pin or a 5 pin, then I finish either or, and I have a Ryamen waits, so it's a pinfu. That was my thought process. It just never arrived, and I mean, looking at the hands, I can see why. 5-3, 5-5. There's only 1-3 here, and then the rest of the 3 and 5s are in the dead wall. Of course, this would never come. I would not know that though. I would look at this and be like, okay, potentially eventually comes. Is there Tenpai money? Yes. So the 3 comes, and I don't Ricci. So now I'm in a 1-4 wait. It's Pinfu. And I get the Hote. So I was actually in a good spot here. 32,000. But it's at this point where I just start dealing in. So I have triple north, and I was just thinking this is just a perfectly fine triplet. So I don't call this because my hand isn't in a shape that allows me to call a con here. What would have been the con tile? West. So this would have been a Dora bomb. Okay. If I called con here, I would have got a quad Dora. But yeah, no, I don't think it's. I think that's wrong. Because there's no. I don't have a shape for this. If I call this, what can I go for? Sanshoku? 6, 7, 8? No. Like I can't see anything at the moment, anyways. Maybe half flush, but yeah. I'm just drawing. Like here, I see the 1-3. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is potential setup. I throw out the north, or I don't throw out the east. Okay, I throw out the 3 pin instead. I decided to get rid of the 1-3. This I can say for a fact comes from my prejudice against Kanchans. and penchants. So speaking through efficiency, this is wrong, but I think like East probably comes out first, yeah. But I hate 1-3s, so it comes back to me anyways. And then I dropped the 1. I dropped the 4, so I actually did not really get punished for this somehow. Yeah, so I managed to not get punished, which is kind of funny. East is used, yeah, exactly. Drop the East here, and that's okay. So let's start back here. So they call Ricci here. So at this point, I dropped the 1. I dropped this for guaranteed safety, like because there's only 2. There's always, you know, the off chance, yeah, for a tanky Hellweight Dora, or not Dora, Eastwind. There's always that chance. So if that chance does occur, I'll play into it, but preferably not on the Epot's turn if I have something safer, like the 1-pin. So I throw out the 1-pin here. And I think that's when I throw out the East. And I don't throw this out yet, by the way, because I don't know if this is safe yet. For all I know, this could easily be a 1-4 weight. 1-pin drop here is fine. Potentially. I don't trust it. It's not until this. I literally said to myself, I don't trust this. And then this happens and I'm like, okay, now I drop it. It's a 4-8 Champon weight. And okay, they drop it. Hey Momuiji. No. So they deal into that for a Mangan. Point wise, I'm not in a bad spot, 2nd place. Was it this hand that utterly destroyed me? I think it was. So yeah, Toyman is already in Tenpai. There's no Yaku there, right? I can't see one anyways. It's a Kanchan the 4-pin, but I can't see them. They can't Ron, it doesn't look like. Ah, and then they break it all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they're looking for a straight then. Cultureman Skippity Ribbity. Hello, welcome to the stream. This is supposed to be a chat stream. I'm just kind of looking over the VOD or the match I had during the tournament. Wait, go back. Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, that will give me a triple of 5M. I'm surprised they took this, by the way, this Richie call. I'm surprised they took it. I mean, they got me. No. They got me with it. I'm just surprised they took that. Hello, Senior Lala Network. Muse dash where? Future. Future. I can go back to that game. That game's a lot of fun. So what did I do here? I did something bad. I think. I think I'm pushing for a full flush? Question mark? Dealer Dora 3, yeah. Hello, Riot. I'm just kind of looking at my VOD. Yeah. I almost got there, I feel like. Yeah, it's slow. I mean, I get it, it's slow, but I got pretty close. They draw that tile. They draw the 5 for Tsumo. $5-8. I got pretty close. Not close enough. I was gonna push for half flush here. I thought this was really achievable. I think I'm too slow regardless, though. Yeah. Never could. Okay, I didn't realize I dodged a deal-in with that. I had no idea. And then dealing to the left there. Yeah. So this wasn't the worst loss, but it was still a pretty hefty loss. Minus 20.5. This one was the bigger loss, honestly. Tebow is a very fast player, which, with the hands I received, meant I wasn't going to be winning that many hands. So I've already switched up my playstyle. As I said earlier, how I go into games with a specific mindset. Here, I specifically chose to hold on to certain honors and wins, or certain honors and get rid of terminals first, or tiles that are dead and not too useful to the hand at first glance. And obviously North could have like dropped for me, but I chose to keep it for a bit up until the second North, and then this for me means discard it now if I have it. Whereas previously, if I had an extra one, I wouldn't mind holding on to it for a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Drawing this, I chose to discard the green dragon over the south because I'm south seat. And yeah, this is where I started to give up on the honors and try to work on the rest of my hand while having east. A 5-8 Pinfu weight. Drop the south. Drop the 8. Con. Call. Drop the 8. And then deal in. Richi, Dora. Ura. Yep, that was not a smart decision, honestly. Yeah, this was... I honestly think just dropping the pins would have been fine. But yeah, no, I got greedy, thinking that I could probably do some of this hand. Yeah, generally speaking, I actually would have liked this hand shape. Just discard these. I know these aren't really safe at the moment. Is this safe? 5. That's not safe either. This could be safe though. The 3. It's honestly either that or the 7 drop. 7-4? Not even sure that's even safe. 3 might be the safest of all the Mon tiles. 2 is safer? Oh, the 5 also dropped. Yeah, these 2 are safe. Suji, relative to Suji anyways. And yeah, 1 pin... Well, 1 pin isn't exactly the most safe. Because it could always be a 1-4 weight, right? If it's even pinfu. Hey, Gambler Bear. That would imply an intentional trap, though. This early on? Can you even do an intentional Suji trap this early on? I mean, yeah, but is it likely? I wouldn't count on it being likely. I think we can all agree the 8 Mon here was the incorrect discard. Well, aside from the fact that it doesn't... aside from the fact that it's a deal-in, it's also... there are other tiles that could have discarded better. Okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this hand for me anyways. Normally, if I do push, I push very different tiles. So this one was a whole thing and a half for me. That was, just not me usually. What did I do here? Because I think I dealt in again. No, I didn't. I got hit by a sumo. It was a small one. So here, I just dropped the Dora dragon. Draw a couple wests, drop the east. I could use this as my pair. I have several formations already closely done to my hand. I could have. What did happen here? Oh, right, I called Ricci. Well, I dropped the pair. I went for a different hand. Was it because I drew the 8? Oh no, because I was thinking I could potentially have this as my pair instead. Or just work on this side to see what happens with my Mon tiles. Draw the 8. Yeah. And then I swapped off this. Called Ricci on the 3 pin after drawing the 7 pin. Yeah. I have 2 pairs already, so it could work either or. Because my thought is, let's say I draw a 1 pin. All right, that's an awkward shape, I suppose, but 2, at least for me, I feel could help in some cases. A 2, 3, 4 shape. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like with this type of shape here, I try to hold on to separate different possibilities, and the 2 here is a very free space. I draw the 8 and just start discarding west because I'm thinking there's multiple directions I could flex the Montiles with. It wasn't until I drew the second 8 here that I decided, all right, I'm probably gonna stick this as my pair instead. Again, K-Cabs, I have a prejudice against Kanchans, so having 2, 5 for me means that if I draw a 3, I have a potential 1, 4. I'll take that every day of the week over a 3, 5 Kanchan 4. That's me though. So I'll see that opportunity and a potential opportunity, and I'll hold on to that for a bit. It's not the most efficient, but I have a heavy dislike for Kanchans, but if I'm given one directly with no clear indication of something else happening, I'll take it, right? I'll take it. But I heavily dislike Kanchans. But that's also because I've noticed a lot of players, at least when in rooms I enter, don't deal in. And they do so by, generally speaking, folding or just playing safer tiles. And Suji isn't exactly something they'll work off of if at all possible. So having Kanchan is most likely only going to work using a Suji trap unless you Tsumo it. But if you're going to Tsumo something, you might as well go for something that has a larger weight than just a single tile, right? At the end of the day, it's a numbers game, and I heavily dislike the smaller percentages. Obviously, I am also the type of player that, for fun, I'll go for the hell weights. Early reach on Kanchan? Well, yeah, if I'm given a Kanchan, especially early, it's useful. But it's only useful up to a point. If it's a bad Kanchan too, and by bad it's like, if it's Suji Trap, then it'll probably work out. But like early is fine. I don't consider the 8th discard early, by the way. Like in this case in particular, I'm not remotely gonna come close to getting Richi with a Kanchan anyways. 2 would have left. Drawing the 8. Would I have kept the 8? Like here. Let's say I don't drop the west. I drop the 2 after drawing the 8. I have a pair of west. Because the 2 gets dropped regardless, right? But under the same mindset, Do I drop the 8 as well instead of keeping the west? I dropped the 8 there. In this case, I'll have 555, 233, 5645 west. West. Drop the other 8. In this particular case, it actually didn't matter. Although this way gave me potential Tanya chance. Although if I want Tanya, I would have Champon. I would have called Champon instead. Well, I guess in this case it'd be a Hellweight since there's only one 3-pin left. Well, I mean, that's the thing about this is, I was definitely willing on just getting rid of this setup and just going for a pair here. Like that was the plan. It just so happened I drew the 8s. The 4 came out. If you make 3... I mean, that was the plan, right? That was the whole plan from the get-go. And I even got the right side, so I got the Tanya on top of everything too. Ricci Tanya. The one's here, and that's it. I actually would have preferred to self-draw this one. I think it'd be very rare for me to keep the West pair. Although probably it would have dropped after the 2-mon. I can agree with discarding the 2M earlier than I did. I don't agree with keeping the West pair. Yeah, no, there's just, I guess that's the thing about different playstyles. I would depend on, I guess at this point, instincts more than anything else. There's no, I can't say there's no way. There is a way. I'm by no means an efficiency style player. I think that's a big difference there. Well, technically speaking, I don't like this hand, and that's why I agree with you that it's not fine, and there are points where I do agree that I definitely could have played it better. But the one thing I probably, for this hand anyways, I will probably never agree with would be to not drop the West pair. I think I get rid of the West pair in 100%, almost 100%. There are probably some edge cases possibility where I don't get rid of the West pair. But in almost all cases, I'll almost always discard the West pair in this hand. But otherwise, I do agree with most of your points, K-Cabs. I think I pushed for Honitsu here. With a double... Yeah, and then Richie Zensu only deals in. Unfortunate for Zensu. Okay, they get the Tsumu as dealer, so 340 Fu as dealer. It's a good amount of points. I get a Mangan, which is not bad. Yeah, I got 7 pairs, wait on the 2P. It was 2P or 4P? I wait on 2P. Hey Gar! Hello, hello. It's been a while, you're right. It's been a while since I streamed. Managed to land that Ura too. Pretty happy about that. Was it this time that I dealt in really quickly? Can't remember. No, I wasn't. Green dragon, red dragon, half flush. Which hand K-Cabs? I'm going pretty fast here. I did call Richie here though. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's turn 5, right? I got pretty lucky with my tiles. Aside from discarding a triplet. Or discarding 2 triplets, 2 potential triplets. I did get the I did get this hand. Here, not much to say, right? I just called Richie and didn't deal in. In the Chito hand or in East 4? Is this a... Yes, it is Gambler Bear. Talking about when I drew the 1 pin? Gambler Bear. It's logs. If you go to your logs, you can check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, my first draw was my 4th pair. I dropped the red dragon. And my second draw is my 5th pair. So, I don't know how early... I feel this is good enough, right? I see 5 pairs on my second draw. I keep this, by the way, because I was thinking, oh, I could potentially... You have East pair at turn 4. I think I do. Oh no, turn 5. But yeah, I keep East for the potential, like, wait on the East, and I draw the East. I'm like, oh, okay. And then here, drop. So here, let's see. My first draw is 9 mon. I'm thinking to myself, I can't use these. Drop this, it gets called... Man, this is scary. This could have been something. Something big. What's up? Okay, wait. So the 8 monk is called Hatsu over north. Priority. If I'm not using the honors, I get rid of the tiles that benefit me or benefit others the most first. Dragons, it's round wind, then dragons, then off wind, then seat wind. I can see the shape, yeah, but it depends on idea, right? If you go useless wind first, and you're eventually getting rid of your dragons anyways, you're giving your opponents a chance to draw the pair for the dragons, for the Yakuhai. Whereas if you immediately discard it, then you're not giving them that chance to draw it. That's the idea. That's why that's priority. In terms of which dragon, if you have multiple, right? That's ultimately up to the player. There's no specific at that point. That's why it's a very general, broad term where you have round wind, which is a double Yakuhai for the dealer in East, or just whoever's seat that is. Dragons are next because they benefit from all. Well, so basically, it's round wind because it benefits all, but doubly so for the player who has that seat. Dragons because it benefits all. Then it's off wind because you've gotten rid of everything else, and the only thing left is off wind and your wind. Your wind benefits you only, whereas off wind benefits not you. So that's why it's third. And then finally, you have your wind, your seat. Those are during the order. Round wind, and obviously, change that as you draw your tiles and see what you get. But obviously, in terms of this order, this is very specifically when you don't want to use the honor tiles. Let's say you do want to use the honor tiles, then you might not even discard any of them in that case. But if you do, then yeah, you are correct. You do want to drop out. You want to drop the off wind first, and keep the potential honors that you can use. But I'm not planning on using a single honor, and obviously, in that scenario, there is a possibility of drawing the dragon or wind that you just discarded, which feels bad, but again, it's going into the game with a certain certain mindset. You look at the hand and be like, do I want to use the Yakuhai right here in this hand? Is that something I'm looking for? No? Alright, get rid of it. If I get rid of it now, I'm hoping that no one else can use it. Obviously, that's not the case here where Zensu starts the hand with 2 green, 2 red, and a white dragon. Hey, Rin! Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of mahjong. I'm going to end the stream in like 15 minutes. This hand, I get the feeling I should be bailing, if anything. Like, I just kind of ignore this hand and just already move on to the next hand. I don't think I'm thinking much of anything with this hand. But I play it out very slowly, very casually. And hand shapes are coming together, right? But with the 5 draw, in my opinion, this is too much to discard early. maybe not. Maybe this was a good discard, but because my hand is shaping up to become something, right? But kind of gave up on the idea. Zen's is almost in Tenpai. That's kind of scary. And then I reach you here. And then, so Zensu bails, throws out the white dragon. Calls the red dragon, throws that out, is now waiting on the 1-2-5. Right, not bail. Sorry, wrong word. I should be using consistent terminology here. He threw a safe tile. Kitten Smitten! Hey, welcome back. So basically what's happening here is think of it like cards per se. I always say it's not the most difficult thing in the world. Just know that there's 3 sets of 1 to 9. Each set of 1 to 9 has 4 copies. If you think of it like a deck of playing cards, you're looking for, think of sets of 3s. So you can see here 789, 789, 777, Agar. So you want 4 sets of 3s and a pair. It doesn't matter how you want to get there. Like this hand, what am I missing? I have a set of 3, a set of 3, a set of 3, and a pair. Have a good night, Gambler Bear. And finally, 5-7. Well, 5-7 can almost work as a set of 3, right? 5-6-7. That means I'm 1 tile away from getting there. So, way on the 6. But, yeah. So, this was probably the riskiest hand that didn't get punished, all things considered. Called a Kanchan weight, and I'd argue you don't, K-Cabs. Like, if this was ranked, I would say no 100%. It's just not worth it, right? Unless you're not planning on climbing and just having a bit of fun. Like this I can tell is Honitsu. This I can retell is they're waiting on an honors Ramon tile. This potential Honitsu. This is definitely signs. I wouldn't say this is immediately Honitsu because of the Yakuhai call. It could easily get switched to Yakuhai Nomi. Or even Toy Toy, right? Either or is a possibility here. This opened up a lot more, especially with the early Montao call for Tanyao into not Tanyao into what can only be Honitsu at this point because it's an off-wind with West. So this can only be this specifically can only be so much, but this I'd argue can be a bit more free. Whereas Toyman here looks like they're going for the straight, so they need the 5-pin. But I don't know that. This, I don't know what this is. It can be Chanta, Junchan, it can be Yakuhai, it can be Chinitsu, Honitsu. This can be a bunch of other things that I can't tell this early on. But yeah, a call, and what would you discard here? Would you discard the 2 here? You're pushing for the 7. Okay, so you do push for the 7 there. I can't, like, I'm asking the question. I also can't tell if there's anything else you can do. Yeah, because all tiles look dangerous. There's like no real safety here. We know that they're like on 2-5, but they don't know that. Okay. So yeah, like, with my starting hand here, I see pair south, pair north. I'm thinking half flush. I get my double tone. Is that what it's called? It's just my round seat wind. I draw the north. Now I'm looking for mon tiles. Double non. I'm still lacking the Japanese terminology. Isn't double tone like double east or something like that? What's this weight again? 5'8"? Yeah. So, when I drew this tile, I've thought to myself, I see the 6 and 9. It could be these, but I'm taking the chance that it's not. And also no, yeah, I'm taking the chance that it's not the 7. I wanted to push for the win here, so I didn't want to drop the white since I thought that maybe it was a better tile to wait on. If they weren't waiting on that 8, I would have simuled the Haku. Oh well. That's how it works. That's how this works. Wait, Zentu only is Captain? I had no idea. It could be. I mean, I don't know what Captain's IGN is, so that could definitely be Captain. 6, 7, 7, 8 would be my hand here. I'd be wearing the 7M if I dropped the Haku earlier. Because I dropped the 7P regardless. Unfortunately, they got the Sanshoku off the AP draw. That's insane, man. This hand wouldn't have been remotely as big without the AP. It was like 5P, for example. True. You can definitely that's definitely a possibility here. I can see that for sure. Let's say this draw never happens. Would I get there with a 3? That's unfortunate drawing order. Yeah. So that one unlucky, but I'm still in 3rd, right? And here I get off wins. All the off wins. So at this point, I'm already thinking of like Honitsu, and I think that's what kills me here. No, I didn't. I decided against Honitsu, drop the wins. And then Toyman Sumos. Oh, it's because they recheat. Okay, so up until this point, I'm still thinking Honitsu, right? South goes because 2 of them's already gone, and I'm thinking to myself, well, probably not gonna be drawing the pair for that, and there's a potential pair for East and North still. Since one of each is gone, I'm not calling either. There's no way I'm calling either. This Rishi call, 3-4. I start dropping the East. Why do I drop the 5p here? I do want Honitsu for this hand. Yeah, no, I would have... There's no reason not to drop this and these. It's weird. No, that's weird. Yeah, I know. I don't agree with that. The 5-4-5 should have gone. 5-4. Actually, so that is unfortunate because with the way I play, hey Pink Euphoria, had I drawn these same tiles, K-Cabs, the order of discards would have been 5-5-4. Good afternoon to you, and good morning. So I would have dealt in. Yeah, right here. Actually, no. Once the Richi calls, I'd have the 5. This would be gone. I drop south. 4-5 gets kept. 4-5 gets kept. Because of the Richi. Yeah, yeah. I go into bail mode here. One P dropped because I saw 1P get dropped. Like basically I just drop anything that's guaranteed. And they just sumo anyways. Richi, Sumo, Tanyao, Dora 1. Yeah, now I'm in last. So this is one of those examples that I was talking about earlier. I see his hand, and I'm thinking to myself, alright, we got shapes. So I'll get rid of Green Dragon. Because, again, priority. Round wind, dragons, off wind, seat wind. And this is where this type of discard gets punished when you draw a second green dragon. I was thinking to myself, alright, that's bad. Keeping this as my pair for now. And I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, we could potentially Chito here. Get this, and I'm thinking Chito is off the table. So at this point, Chito is now off the table for me. Not until something else happens.
No.
Oh, right, that happened. This happened, so let's go back. So Toyman here gets the immediate deal in by Kamicha for a Hanuman. Richi, Ipa, Pinfu, Tanya, Dora, me. Yeah, that this happened. So I'm like, okay, well, no real comeback potential. I don't know. I don't know, right? Against this? Why for the 5p against this? I don't get it. Like 9 is guaranteed safe. 3 and 9 are well, 3 and 9 are the Richi tile Suji, so it's not the safest. But like, come on, you have the 9, right? I guess he doesn't want to get rid of the 8-9.
No.
So the dude gives up 12,000 points. Still in first, I think. Yeah, he's still in first. By 1,000 points. So here, no particular order. I generally prefer to discard East. Hello! Hello! Person from Russia. Welcome to the stream. I'm just talking over some, Right. Let me see if I can translate your name with Google Translate. I have no idea how to pronounce Russian, by the way, so I apologize for that. Bogdan Zarkin.
Богдан Зарахин.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for having the convo with me, K-Cabs. It's been enjoyable. Right, so here... Yep, discard that. Shapes are coming along okay, I guess. Not fast enough. Like, compared to everyone else, it's just not fast enough. A 1-4 weight. And they don't want it, so... It's Pinfu though, right? Yeah, it's Pinfu. So it's currently a Dama Pinfu for Toyman. And they break it. Interesting. If they didn't break it, they would have won, I think. Or did they just not take the win? They skipped it. They didn't want the Dama win over first for some reason. Because it'd be a Pinfu Nomi. 33,700 to 34,200. I'd probably take that. I mean, I honestly probably take that. Oh, they can't because it's Furi 10. Okay. They're in Furi 10, that's why they can't take it. So they have to switch. Did I just dodge a landmine here again? I did. Richi. What are they waiting on now? 5-8. How am I? I'm not gonna lie. I am oh yeah, by the way, I don't con here. I don't think it's worth it. Slightly stressed. I have an exam in 3 hours, so yeah. Now that I know when it's safe, I just drop all 4 ones, I think. That buys me a fair amount. Oh, and they get Zumo on the left there. And now it's all last. Look at this beautiful high pie. And I can't get this to work, by the way. Spoiler alert. By the way, the reason why I dropped the south there instead of the 8 is because I'm thinking of forcing the Chinitsu and not the Honitsu. So I don't even want to chance it. Just drop all honors and whatnot. Still not in, I'm still not in, Tenpai, by the way. I'm still in Ishanten. Toyman calls Richi. Looks like they're waiting on the 2-5 mon. They called Richi there for the 7P. I call it. So now I'm in Tenpai for Shampon 6-9. Oh, and then I bail. Yeah, this one, I was just like, alright. Alright, my hand's done. Yeah. I mean, it feels bad to not push the full flush, but the moment I drew that 5M, I realized my fate was sealed. Alright. Well, I could go over several other logs, but I think that's enough for now. I do need to go back to studying. I just kind of streamed today. It was more of a chat stream, but someone became a Mahjong stream, but yeah. Let's go back to the chat room now. I'm tiny here. Let's make me bigger. Ha! I'm big! There we go. Chat needs to get bigger too. Yep. That was the whole thing. I completely forgot I had my karaoke mic on. That's kind of funny. Right, anyways. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. Another chat stream tomorrow. Shouldn't be as... We can probably, you know, look over the rest of the games, maybe. But, yeah. Catch you guys later. Thanks for dropping by. See ya.